Hello, everyone, and welcome back to SeatStory Cup 4. We have our next top 8 match with Gaara against Reckful coming up. That's going to be exciting, guys.
Yeah, the Tempo Storm all-kill matchup. Tempo Storm will win, Tempo Storm will lose. Either way, people will be happy.
Yes.
So, how much do we know about what they're playing?
Absolutely nothing. They were allowed to change decks before top 8, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So there's going to be some new cards, maybe? And there's going to be more decks because it's best of 7 now, right?
Yeah.
As far as I know, Reckful haven't researched about Gaara's previous match yet. When I told him that Gaara plays Shaman, he was like, huh?
Yeah, I don't think I've seen Reckful get away from the poker table all weekend, so...
No.
Yeah, I don't think he prepared for Gaara, so...
I mean, if there's one thing you can't say about Reckful, it's that he's tryhard.
That you can't say or that you
can't?
Okay.
He takes it casual, and I like that.
Yeah, and he did better than me in this tournament.
Yeah,
Feels bad, man.
Oh, he is wearing the Feels Batman shirt. Well, I wonder where did he get this?
I want one of those. That's a good shirt.
I mean, I actually think he has a chance to win this series.
Absolutely, it's
Yes.
like the odds of Gaara winning are maybe slightly Gaara favored, but not like huge. There's not a huge margin on this series.
Reckful will win because he's the king of Gamba.
He's the killer of Gamba.
Yes.
Gamba.
Right.
He's a pretty casual guy. That's how he's gonna play.
The shoes on the desk.
Yeah.
And King Casual over there.
King casual.
We're waiting for our players to ship to be ready.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a long series, best of 7.
I mean, we saw Reckful roping every turn in that control warrior mirror yesterday, so I'm looking forward to some rope.
Oh man, and Shaman games are so long.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Shaman game is okay as long as it's a new cast. We're having new cast now.
Yeah.
Exciting new meta.
Exciting new meta.
Wait, is there a ban at this stage in
Yeah, there is.
There's still a ban?
It's 5 decks, 1 ban.
Purple, you sound like you are not in the top 8. Why you are not familiar with the rule?
Well, once I lost, I stopped paying attention to what the rules are. Yeah.
Okay.
If you're not playing into tournaments, why do you need to know the rules?
Oh, so you are already out. I thought you are still in.
No, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough, unfortunately.
It's okay. At least you are not Reynard.
At least I am not Reynad, indeed.
Oh my god.
Alright.
So we're still waiting. Alright, so should be starting any second. They seem both ready. Reckful is writing down his last preparations that he just did like 5 minutes ago.
From talking to Reckful, he doesn't seem very confident in the longer games. He says he has a hard time focusing after 30 seconds or so. So this best of 7 should be pretty grueling on him.
Okay.
So it will be very fun if Reckful can wreck Gaara.
Yeah, I would like to see it.
I'm really looking forward to it. Wow, Shaman!
Yeah, Shaman. Shaman versus Tempo Mage.
Yep, and Zombie Chow, Creeper, 2 4-drops. Actually, Gaara can keep the whole hand.
Yeah.
It's like he has a curve, like 1-drop, 2-drop, coin
Maybe
4,
not
into 4.
Argus. Maybe he wants to look for some removal.
Yeah. I wouldn't fault him for keeping the whole hand, and he does. I think it's good. And from Reckful's perspective, I think you ship it all away because that is not a good hand.
I mean, Gaara also knows that he's playing against Reckful, and he played Tempo Mage throughout the tournament so far. And I mean, if anyone knows Reckful, he's not going to change his decks.
Absolutely not.
So, I mean, keeping a 1-drop into a 2-drop, into a 4-drop, into another 4 against Tempo Mage is kind of what you want, right?
Reckful hesitating about this mirror image, and I think it looks like he's going to keep it. What's that do against Shaman?
It gets lightning stormed.
You have to have Lightning Storm first.
Well, yeah, I guess.
And Zombie Chow's going to get played, and that's going to start knocking out these 2 totems.
Yep.
And Scientist, best 2-drop in the entire game, gets played from Reckful.
I mean, these are some pretty straightforward turns. You're playing it super fast.
Yeah. And probably your first real decision from Reckful here. He has a Frostbolt, an Arcane Blast, an Arcane Intellect. What do you go with?
I guess you go Arcane Intellect. I mean, there's really no point in Frostbolting. You could have Frostbolted the Zombie Chow if you wanted to do that last turn. He decided to go with Med Scientist, I would think. Yeah, and he went with Arcane Intellect.
So he wants his Mad Scientist to die.
Ideally, yeah, you want that guy to die, pull out the secret. He was running like 2 counter spells in one entity this tournament, right?
No, he was running no entity.
Just 2 counter spells?
2 counter spells, one duplicate.
One
Can he change his deck?
Yeah, he could, but
so it's two counter spells, 1 dupe.
We assume that he doesn't change, right?
Yeah. I like the Argus here.
Yeah, the Argus is nice. It actually allows to clear the board fully.
Yep.
And looks like he's putting damage on the Chow to avoid hero power from Mage actually doing anything.
Makes sense, right?
And Reckful with the all removal hand. And
there's a Mana Worm.
Yeah, that's pretty much lethal in the hand. if that guy sticks to the board, it's lethal. So Arcane Blast on the Chow, and then a Frostbolt on
the
Argus. And do you hex that? Like, that guy's scary, man.
No, you're gonna get 1/1 stuff.
Oh!
And Kazan on curve seems good to me.
Counter spells with only spells in the hand.
Right on time.
It's mad, man.
Oh, baby.
He does draw this slow feb though, but do you just want to play spells anyways?
I mean, the Lotheb is kind of useless here just because if he trades into the Haunted Creeper. I guess you don't trade here, right? Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
So if you play the Lotheb, otherwise everything just dies for free.
Alright, so Gaara can stay on curve again, play the Sludge. Well, Gaara's just playing off the top this game. He's doing really good off the top.
He won't play the 2-drop because he wants Fire Elemental next turn.
Yeah, Fire Elemental on 6 is pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, is there any point of playing the Shredder instead of the Belcher?
Yeah, there is, because like the Belcher just dies to the Lotheb on board.
Yeah.
And if you play the Shredder, the Lotheb has to attack into the Creeper, which is like not a desirable attack. And that attack actually sets up for Fire Elemental anyways.
Yeah.
So I did like that attack a bit more, but following curve is pretty good too.
What did he get from East Portal?
Wind Speaker?
Wind Speaker.
Not bad.
That's not actually that bad. He can clear the whole Belcher now.
Yes, this draw is pretty good.
Does he kill the Belcher? Does he kill both taunts?
Does
he use Frostbolt?
You're playing against Shaman though. Like you could clear both because you're going into turn 6, but otherwise I would definitely clear the second part of the Sludge here just because they have problems dealing 1 damage.
Yeah.
That's what he goes with.
Also, if you hit into Creeper, then you only have 1 dude, and that dude dies to Fire Elemental. This way you have 2 dudes.
But it still gets cleared by Fire Elemental. I mean, this is the turn where everything goes badly for Reckful.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Major is running out of card. He already used a Intellect.
Yeah, his Flame Cannon does end up killing this Fire Elemental most of the time.
He plays this.
Most of the time.
Violet Teacher, that's something new. You don't see it every day in Tempo Mage.
Yeah, it's a good card.
I mean, it spawns 1/1s when you have spells, and when you have 16 spells in your deck.
Yep, the 16 1/1s. Sounds good to me.
Yeah? I mean, I guess you Hex here, right?
Is Gaara running any mechs that aren't Shredder? Or is he running Power Maze because it's just like a good card? Or what's going on here?
I think so.
He just likes this card very much.
I think it's for the Freeze Mage matchup. He's running double Doomhammer, I think.
What?
Like double Doomhammer, like just full weapons.
Oh, that would explain the Kazan then, yeah.
Yeah, it's for free. I'm pretty sure it's for Freeze Mage. Like he's running maybe 1 Power Mace, 1 Doomhammer, but he's definitely running both weapons.
And Oh, more counter spells and
Checkmate.
that's
That's a very fast game.
Yeah, I mean, when you curve out as Shaman against a deck like Tempo Mage, I guess you're pretty heavily favored.
Zombie Chow, Creeper, coin 4 into 4. Into Kazan on 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, it was pretty.
That was really good. Well done, Gaara.
Reckful had very bad draw. He played Arcana Intellect on turn 3.
Yeah, I guess the way you win, like against any deck as Tempo Mage is that you have
Tempo?
tempo, and he
Is
did
that
not
how
have.
No, like when you draw cards in the early game like that, you're forgoing your tempo for those additional cards.
And there was no Flame
And-
Breaker.
Yeah, and you just lost every tempo available to the Kazan as well.
Yeah, he had a 2-drop, but then he had like nothing to follow it up.
So Tempo Mage eliminated, Shaman goes through. What do you counterpick to beat Shaman? I actually don't know how to beat Shaman. The class is unbeatable for me.
He has Druid, which is normally a pretty bad matchup.
He has Warrior, which is pretty
Okay.
bad matchup.
Well, I guess he doesn't think the Druid is that bad.
Yep. Ancient of War is really good in this matchup until it gets hexed.
Yeah, I mean,
At least there's like no Earthshocks, right?
I have no idea what he's running the list. I guess maybe one Earthshock is pretty standard, right?
It's like back in the day when you ran 5 hands and there's like 2 Earthshocks in Shaman. That guy never got value. Now at least there's a chance for him, right?
I mean, still like you still get a 5/5 or 5/4 if you're Earthshock.
So Reckful missing Wild Growth so far, missing Darnassus, missing Innervate. Very mediocre hand. He decided to keep Wrath because like Shaman has like early game minions, so it's like not a bad call, but his hand's really suffering from it.
Yeah, he really needs the top deck. But if you're a good Druid player on turn 2,
You play Wild Growth.
Innovate. There's only one card that makes the difference from a really bad Druid hand to a really good Druid hand, which is Innovate.
one of the best cards in the game.
And Gaara goes ahead and keeps a Rockbiter, and that's probably just to deal with the Darnassus.
He plays Alec here.
Alakira and Flame Tongue Totem, they
This is like,
don't do anything this early in the game.
no.
Oh boy, that's Dr. Boom. That's a very, very slow hand from the Druid perspective.
Keeper, not really what you want to see.
Do you want to hero power hit the Creeper?
I mean, if you had Swipe, maybe.
Reckful with the premature well played as he realizes his hand is not good.
I guess he can top deck like a Shade here, and that would kind of makes his hand a little bit better when he can coin out.
Oh,
okay,
boy.
that's not a Shade.
Oh boy. Do you coin the Keeper and try to start fighting for board control?
Against Shaman, I guess it's not that bad.
Yeah, the 2/4 contests all the totems, and like maybe you top deck something to do next turn.
Ooh.
Oh.
Like Gaara just did?
Yeah, is that actually better than Defender here?
You
I
can-
like the Shredder better because next turn there will be a Shredder from the Druid.
Like you can't expect the Druid to hero power on 4 with coin in hand. So, I don't know.
You also don't expect Druid to hero power on turn 2 and turn 3 in this game so far. Reckful has done just that.
Well,
Probably-
Dr. Boom?
Oh, this game's close again.
Yeah. Innervate Dr. Boom. There we go.
Guard.
I mean, the bombs.
Does Gaara have big game hunter targets in his deck? Because like that big game hunter from Reckful could have been played the turn prior, right? And Gaara's playing an Iron Beak Owl over Earthshock, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I
That
guess.
is
I guess
very
that's what
strange. That is very, very strange.
I saw his deck before the game. It is a very weird deck. I used this deck to climb a ladder and it works very terrible.
I mean, Owl. I guess is he wants the body.
He has 1 Hellbolt or 2 Hellbolt, I cannot remember, but it combos with the Pyromace.
Yeah, the power mace.
Okay.
That's the way he
So-
used the Pyromace.
Okay, so he has Shredder and he has
So
Healbot.
the Flame Tongue in conjunction with the Rockbiter does 7, killing the Dr. Boom. And does he Tempo Owl the Boomba? No, he's gonna Stotem. Do you go
Totems
face?
are pretty good. Is there any point in trading?
That's kind of an attack your opponent has to make because your guy has taunt.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, it's kind of bad. Like, it's still Druid doesn't want to use like 2 mana to Wrath on turn.
Yeah.
Well, now
Yeah.
they might.
Yeah, Wrath and Shade looks like a reasonable turn.
Yeah, and then you have like a pretty good chance to kill another minion with your Boombot. So it's gonna be 2.
Actually, there's something to consider here with the big game hunter in hand. Like turn 6, the fire elemental turn for the shaman. If you leave the flame tongue up, maybe you actually get a target because you leave the flame tongue up. So maybe you just leave the flame tongue up this turn and just like say silence the haunted creeper or something.
No, I was thinking of
Oh,
Wrath.
that's too greedy.
I was thinking of Wrathing the haunted creeper, and then hitting into a 1/1 with your Boombot.
Oh, and you get to kill the flame tongue too.
Wow, you guys are so
Yeah.
confident.
But then you can kill the flame tongue with the shade next turn if you really need to.
I hate Shade of Nyxoramus with a passion, so I would Lightning Storm here every time, but I know it's wrong.
Okay, that's a pretty good Boombot.
Yeah, sets up for swipe, but
Pretty good for Gaara or pretty good for Reckful.
For Reckful.
yeah,
Gaara seems happy about this too.
he's gonna be really happy not to get swiped here. That's for sure. Because actually, without there's no reload in Gaara's hand. This is all situational garbage.
Yeah.
Besides, I guess, here, Healbot, 3/3 for 5, Iron Beak Elf 2/1 for 2. Not very good. Lightning Storm's only good if you're behind on board.
Yeah.
And yeah, so if you could just get swiped here, that would have been a disaster.
What do you think of playing Keeper and killing the Shredder?
Feels bad, man. Like ping for 2 and Hero Pirate? Or Silence
No,
Trade?
Silence Trade and Hero Power 1/1.
Uh,
Isn't that better than just playing the...
Lothar?
No, I guess you play the Druid of the Claw and Taunt, right?
you already saw one Flame Tongue, but you haven't seen a Hex yet.
Yeah.
And honestly, you playing 2 minions onto a board against Shaman actually does play into Lightning Storm.
It does.
And he has to play around fire elemental.
Oh, he's gonna clear the totem.
Okay, that's... And kill 1/1. What attack does the Shade make then? Is it just staying home?
I guess you're just waiting.
That's kind of Ooh, Power Mace. That actually...
Pretty good.
Yeah, it actually preserves the health on the Shredder. Oh, but with Healing Totem, you might as well just attack with the Shredder into the 2/4 now, right?
So you go face with the Power Mace then? Because, I mean, you're not playing Healbot, so...
What if you just... Oh, does Gaara know there's no Harrison Jones in Reckful's deck?
I mean, there wasn't before, so...
Yeah, so, okay, then maybe you just equip it and, don't swing.
I guess.
There's not really a relevant attack to make with it.
Yeah.
He's not
I
going
can
to
see
play Hellbolt next turn anyways. I think he can equip and not attack.
Yep.
Because next turn he probably play Alakia or something.
I mean, it depends. You can... If you want it on your Shredder next turn.
Maybe he's actually considering the Lightning Storm here as well. It's not that bad. Oh, and Gaara says it's time for face. He does have 6 bursts with the Alakir, 9 from the weapon, plus 5 from the weapon if the Shredder doesn't die, right? So that's 6,
Yeah.
11, 15, 16, 17 damage next turn. It's
Yeah.
very close.
Oh, there's the swipe.
Almost. It's almost not good anymore. 'Cause he doesn't have
Yeah, he really wanted last turn.
Yeah.
Now he can just play Druid of the Claw, I guess.
Nope. Still gonna swipe, but I don't mind this at all. Get this garbage off the board because it's just pushing gradual damage. And Knife Juggler actually has to die right now, which is pretty unfortunate. The Shade has to come in a stealth, but Shaman's really bad at dealing 1 damage.
Yeah, they are. But you do see the weapon, and I guess it's gonna get used to clear this.
Yep.
But
But that doesn't go face then. Do you maybe Healbot for 2, then Iron Beak Outlet, then swing or?
like, you don't need to.
You want to if you swing with the weapon, you want to have Healbot on the board so it gets the buff, right?
Yeah, of course.
I guess Healbot and Creeper.
But I guess the only other play is playing Alakir just on board and just going face with the 6 damage.
No. Well, you could just use the bubble to kill off the Shade, right? And save the weapon, and next turn use it to buff the.
Yeah, I
the
guess.
heals. I like that the most actually. Alakir is just, and it's kind of hard to kill it.
He won't lose any health next turn. Anyways.
Yeah, this Healbot's not getting value for a while. It's not really that big of a problem for Gaara. That just kind of means he's winning.
Yeah. He wants to play the longer game when you're playing Shaman against Druid. The only problem is he doesn't really have the removal for when when Reckful finds like an Asian of lore, finds some bigger things, it's gonna be hard for him.
Okay, he values the bubble really highly here.
I can see why, because I mean,
God, imagine if Alakir was a mech. That card would be busted.
yeah. And he has the owl as well.
And
like,
those are the wild growths he needed earlier.
yeah.
Ouch. Is this just like a force nature turn? Yeah, it is. Feels bad, man.
I mean, if he knew the hand of Gaara, like he wouldn't feel as bad.
Yeah, this is like there's still nothing good in Gaara's hand.
Yeah.
Gaara will top deck because he had very bad draw.
All right, what's coming off the top, Eloise? Oh, that's a
That's a card.
That's pretty good.
That's a card.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
it's definitely a card.
That's a card.
It does actually lock Reckful out.
Yeah.
Didn't you guys discuss about what Ancient of Lore and Ancient of War? And this is the correct answer. So this is a good card.
Yeah, it is for sure.
Absolutely. So what's the play here? I guess you taunt. Actually, maybe you just Lothab.
I think I like the Lothab more. But the only problem with playing Lothab is that you really can't play the Darnassus and be happy about it because the heal bot just gets like the perfect trade.
You could also like Darnassus towards 10, then cycle one of the wild growths and still go with one of your 5 drops, right?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That's not a play that, if you haven't played a lot of Hearthstone, like
that you actually see. Yeah, it's not that obvious.
No, it's not that obvious.
It's exactly the same as playing 2 wild growths this turn, right?
Yeah.
Not the worst.
But if he value more about the Darnassus Temple, he probably won't play like that.
Yeah. Even if like he Lothabs though, like 8 mana Hex is a fine answer to it. So like it just looks like Gaara's gonna out tempo out Reckful in the spot. Nope. And
I can see the big game.
I don't.
It's really bad against Fire Elemental though.
Oh.
All right. That's 4 damage. There's 4 on the board,
8.
so he's 4 off.
But he gets the perfect trades.
So now he has the thing like I don't think he can start with rolling a totem because he has the Flame Tongue now and he has 2 8-mana spells. So that's
Do you
that's
think
his
he
whole mana
Lightning
pool.
Storm?
I think the Lightning Storm's pretty reasonable, and then maybe you just trade in the Creeper
Yeah.
and
Play
just
Fire
kind
Tongue
of and set up
Elemental?
Lethal for next turn. I like that a lot.
That's a very strong board.
You think you need to do that?
It sets up Lethal, so I think it's a good play. This works just as well, I guess. Yeah, this works just as well. Actually, no, it doesn't, because now it's like 2 off Lethal this way.
Yeah.
By popping the Creeper, you gave yourself the extra damage
Ooh,
you needed.
that's a really good top deck.
Double Claw is pretty sick. You get the charge 1 and taunt the other.
Yeah.
But we can go through taunt. It's not a problem.
Hoot hoot. And
There's the top deck.
That's the lethal.
God, Gaara's just like playing face under here.
Yeah.
The old Iron Beak kill command trick works every time. And that's 2-0 on
2-0 on Shaman.
Yeah, I haven't seen Shaman win in a long time. This
Yes.
is pretty cool.
Very impressive.
Really, really cool. So
I mean, the Druid did draw pretty poorly.
So Reckful's like best idea to counter Shaman was bring the Druid. So it's like, where do you go from there? Like once your Druid's out, like
I mean, it has to be Hunter, right?
oh man, there's Zombie Chow and Healbot. Oh, feels bad, man. Oh,
Yeah, but it must be better than Warrior though.
Ooh, I'd have to agree. Oh, Scientist is pretty good. Oh, is he playing mid-range? Or no, is he
No,
playing...
he's playing, I guess, hybrid.
Worgen Infiltrator tends to be like a face hunter card, so it's always
but it's
to see
like-
it in the same hand as a Shredder.
A lot of people here are playing like hybrid with Morgan Infiltrator. Don't know why.
So Gaara outdrew Zombie Chow, and that's probably lethal against Hunter. That card's really good.
Will you keep Unleash?
Yeah, against Shaman, I think you do. I think you keep the whole hand.
Yeah.
He does agree.
It's like you already have a 1-drop, a 2-drop. Oh my god,
I mean,
Totem Golem.
it was more important. Like this matchup was like super prevalent. Like when Buzzard Unleash was a thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like this matchup, you played it so often. But
Yep.
that was like, oh, insta keep Unleash.
Yeah, absolutely. And even explosive traps, at the time you'd knock off 2 health off the Feral Spirits, get them to 1,
Yeah.
set up for the Buzzard Unleash, draw 2, clear your board trick. Shaman's just been out of the meta for so long that I don't think many people are actually comfortable playing against it.
No, I think I've played like maybe 1 game against Shaman in like 3-4 months.
Oh, and the Overload here is a bit of a problem.
He wants healing.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, he got it.
That's pretty cool.
He got it.
So it's really interesting. Reckful didn't attack with the Worgen last turn, right?
I mean, it worked out for him this time, I guess.
So
But this game is looking really bad for.
So is
He
that
don't want to pop the secret this turn.
is it a freezing trap or is it?
He probably will wrecked by
Can't
the ball, the weapon.
Yeah, it's freezing trap because he can't play the second one in his hand. So it is freezing
So it's
trap.
freezing trap, which locks out that totem golem, and Gaara's actually in a weird spot. I guess he does have this power mace to greet the shredder, but that hurts.
He has the rock biter though, so he can freezing trap the totem.
Ooh, that's really cute. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I like that play a lot, and then you can still pick up the value trade with the 3/4
Yeah.
here. Gaara sees it. Gaara best shaman.
Gaara best shaman.
And you might actually be able to play heal bot like in next turn on, and pop the
Power
power
mace.
mace to buff it. Yeah, this is pretty cool. And killing the leopard gnomes, he's actually going to get full value out of the
Freezing.
heal bot.
I guess you don't, right? You don't freezing here.
Hero power.
He can freeze
2
next
damage.
turn
Yeah, but
because
he
he
has,
haven't
like-
got anything to play
He has
next
good
turn.
trades, so why would you freezing?
Absolutely. So full value from heal bot. And 5/5. Pretty good card.
And you really don't want to freezing trap
Yep.
this.
You definitely cannot freezing trap this.
He needs something.
He needs a
Lothar.
drop here. He needs.
Ow.
I guess he can
It's
because
better than
Hellbot
nothing.
is like 5 mana.
It plays well with your unleash. You're gonna leave the heal bot at 1 HP.
I
Maybe-
think he probably want to
Maybe
set
you-
up a good board for Hyman next turn.
Maybe you do freezing trap it though.
Yeah.
Like, and then you have an empty board. You try to get an empty board high main, but this fire elemental is actually just disgusting here. Yep. And high main into like 9 power in play. Like Hunter's way behind. Ooh,
That's actually pretty good.
bow and trap's pretty cool here because the fire elemental won't be able to do anything.
Yeah,
But he like Gaara has double creeper.
Yeah, Gaara's not attacking this turn with that fire elemental. He's just gonna play double creeper and make a totem.
and Hyman is not very strong against Shaman because Shaman has Hex and Earthshock.
Yeah.
Silence.
I mean that's the reason why people started playing Shaman against Hunter back in the day when it was like the old mid-range Hunter.
Yep.
Just because you had Hex against high main.
That's kind of surprising. He actually only plays 1 creeper. Guess he's playing around Unleash, but how do you pop both, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there was definitely some juggler unleash that could have popped both, maybe.
Yeah, but you don't get the doggies because the doggies would
But
pop the other one.
you could pop one. And
Yeah,
still
but you
get
can pop
5.
you can pop one anyways. So I don't see the reasoning behind actually holding one back.
Nah,
Maybe I'm just missing it. But
he can't do it here if you attack with your weapon unleash.
what's the point?
That's not a very good play.
Yeah, I think it's just high main. Hope your opponent doesn't have hex, and that's a Kazan Mystic,
Oh,
and that's
So sick.
twice.
Why
the same
wouldn't he
series.
just Kazan?
I mean, casually crackle step for 7 first.
Okay. No, Kazan was so good there.
Yeah, he kind of knows that he kind of knows his opponent might have Unleash or anything, so the freezing trap's actually not going to do much.
Yeah,
wow,
okay, that's
so
true.
wrecked.
That's true.
And Kazan 2, Reckful 0 so far. 3.
We thought
is
this
it-
was gonna be a long series.
Yeah, Shaman all the way. That's 3-0, so it's match
3-0 for
match
Shaman.
point, match point for Shaman here. Gaara best Shaman to be precise. And what's Reckful's last deck?
Try hard warrior.
Try hard warrior.
Try
Yes.
pay to win.
Mathematical warrior.
Pay to win warrior. Okay.
I don't know. Gaara's deck doesn't actually look like it's good against Warrior. Like Kazan, Healbot, garbage like that or not. Like he doesn't seem to have like the cantrips like the Azure Drakes to keep up in the matchup.
Yeah, he might run low on resources. That might be how Reckful's gonna win this game.
Gaara know how to play this matchup. Trust him.
Trust in Gaara.
Reckful haven't got double brawl. It's very easy matchup.
Okay.
I already like Reckful's hand a lot. He does decide to pitch to Bash, which I don't agree with. Bash is really good because like when Flame Tongue gets hidden behind Taunt Totem, you want somebody to kill
agree.
it.
I
So
agree.
just having a Bash in your hand is like a really handy tool for
He
the
probably
game.
is looking for a small weapon.
Fiery War Axe?
Yes.
Small weapon, alright, gotcha. So Coin Creeper into Totem Golem into Flame Tongue maybe? That's
Yeah.
a possible curve right now.
Creeper with Flame Totem can kill Acolyte.
What is kind of cool about this play is like Flame the Creeper first. Obviously you don't get overloaded, but you actually chip off the one armor, so Shield Slam's actually not a possibility anymore.
Yeah.
That's actually a really big deal. Armor Smith gets picked up. It dies on board, so it just doesn't make sense to actually play that.
In this matchup, though, can you actually afford to shield slam a totem golem?
Yeah, absolutely. Shaman doesn't actually have a lot of big guys.
It's actually a pretty good target to Shell Slam.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's fire elementals. There's Alikure you need to deal with. There's like the Sledge Belchers, but like, yeah, there's nothing like super big. It's not like against Druid where there's like a bunch of big threats.
Ooh, that's not the totem you wanted to
Yep,
see.
this whirlwind effect's really good, but at the same time, like Reckful doesn't actually need to swing here.
No, he can just play Belcher.
Yeah, he can just play Belcher and ignore the board. That being said, because Deathbite was played after the Haunted Creeper will have its Death Rattle trigger first. So if Reckful elects to swing at the Creeper, all of those spiders die.
I would be really tempted.
Yeah, that card's annoying.
Like if it just like it leaves a totem on board and you can play 5 into 6 into 5 hero.
Okay,
power.
well the second second creeper makes it a bit weird. Like I don't think you want. Oh, unstable goal. That's an interesting.
Well, that was fast.
No, Reckful's on the spot. One big thing, and like I'm not bashing on Reckful or anything. I'd make this mistake all the time. But if you leave multiple copies of Haunt Creeper on the board, you forget which one was played before and which one was played after Deathbite. It's impossible to keep track of. So trade in both totems first because then you don't take any face damage, or you take 2 less face damage.
Yeah, they were gonna
Good
die
sequence
anyways to the second part of the sludge. So,
and with Deathbite gone, like this is actually like a pretty reasonable play that Gaara just made. So, and Reckful's gonna go with triple little guy.
He wants some armor for next turn.
Yep, he's definitely gonna be able to shield slam something next turn.
and this actually it clears the 1/1s at least.
Yep. And it puts 1 damage on the Flame Tongue, which then enables 2 Armor Smiths to actually kill that. So it forces the Power Mace to be used on an Armor Smith instead of a higher priority target.
He did top deck the Fire Elemental though.
Yep.
But
he can kill both. He can definitely kill both Armor Smiths, but do you really want to put your Fire Elemental next to a Flame Tongue?
Yeah, it's like you said last game.
You don't want. This is not. Yeah, Gaara's too smart for that. Gonna make the play that's not Fire Elemental.
He don't want Fire Elemental to be Shell Slam. He want to get rid of the armor first.
And besides, like the Belcher behind it, or the Flame Tongue behind the Belcher is like
it's
protecting it. Yeah.
But Baron Geddon is a really good card against Shaman as well.
It's not quite time yet though. There's like not quite the setup. All it does right now is kill the Flame Tongue.
Yeah.
So just gonna chill. No, doesn't
I
chill
mean,
slam. Actually, I think this is actually.
This sets up for Baron Geddon.
Yeah, this is beautiful actually. Because on board the Belcher goes into the Belcher, leaving the first Belcher at 2 health. Zombie Chow eats the other one, going to 2 health, and Baron Geddon.
As long as he doesn't get healing totem here.
Ooh, sometimes lucky. And it looks like a Mana Tide turd. The Mana Tide doesn't die to the Geddon, but like this is good enough.
Yeah, this is definitely good enough.
I'd actually like him to. I'd like to see Reckful actually ignore it. Like he has the opportunity to shield slam it as well.
He could shield slam it, yeah.
I really would like him to see him. I don't want him to do that.
He's never gonna be able to
Kill it. Yeah, that's the thing. If that thing gets going, it's gonna snowball so hard.
Like, how is he ever, like, with his hand, how is he ever gonna kill it?
Yeah, that's
So
true.
I mean, I can see this.
But like you need that for fire elemental. It was your only removal spell.
But, I mean, as well here, like, Gaara's removal is gonna get used on the Baron, so you do have the Sylvanas, which is kind of like a blocker for any big guys.
This is true. And the Geddon actually does need to get Hex, so from Reckful's perspective, using that Shield Slam is kind of okay, because
Yep.
Gaara only has 5 mana left after that Hex. Dust, you can't really play a super big guy, you can't play Fire Elemental. So,
Yeah, so-
maybe that was actually really well calculated.
So he has like a 5/5 on board before anything happens.
Yeah, absolutely, which contests the Fire Elemental preemptively.
Reckful's hand is actually pretty good. He don't want Gaara to draw a lot of cards at this moment. It is the moment that Reckful has the chance to go back to the board.
Yeah, it's like you were saying before. Like when you're playing cards like Healbot, a lot of weapons, you don't have space for like the Azure Drakes.
Oh wow, it's just... Okay, I like this play as well. You get to save your Hex for something big like the Sarah later. You actually take base damage before Alex draws, though, which is completely irrelevant, and you're actually giving yourself the turn where you can actually get value of the Healbot and the Power Mace on the same turn. So I really like that.
Oh.
And
That's
Reckful's
tempting.
From Reckful's perspective, I would say, oh, there's no Hex, and I would have...
Yeah,
that is Sarah.
That's so tempting to play.
I would have played it every time myself. Ooh.
It's too good not to play red.
So Fire Elemental needs to get played, and Power Mace needs to be used for Shield Maiden to die. But you forgo the value on the Power Mace.
Do you care? But like, if you're gonna get the value on the Power Mace this turn, you have to play Healbot, which is kind of useless.
Yeah.
And you don't have an attack, so...
Actually, like using your Hero Bar as Shaman, this matchup's really, really big. And with the Overload 2, with the Fire Elemental play, you actually don't get to squeeze that in. Is that like reason enough to like...
But you don't want to attack. Do you just forgo the attack this turn and do it next turn with the Fire Elemental hero power?
So this turn would just be what, like...
I mean, you Healbot, but
Heal
you
bot.
wait and hope it doesn't die, I guess.
So Healbot, no attack, and Totem? Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, I think that's a completely reasonable line.
It's a 33% chance to get Taunt Totem, which
I
would...
think he wants to play a Fire Elemental because he has two.
Alright,
Oh, okay. That seems like a...
oh, he rolls Taunt Totem, which actually protects the Healbot against a weapon. Like
if he Totem first, I would agree a lot more.
And there's the weapon top deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, well...
He Totem afterwards
Yeah.
and got really lucky,
But Gaara Bishop,
I guess.
Taunt Totem every day. Yeah, Sylvanas is actually like a really poor card in this matchup because of the Totem population. You're never gonna steal something good, realistically. So, not really a reason to use a Hex here. Gaara's just gonna donate his Spell Power Totem over to the Reckful and probably use one of the Fire Elementals to clean up the 5-2.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many Hex targets in Reckful's deck, so why use a Hex on a Sylvanas where you can just give him a 0-2 Totem?
Like from Shaman's perspective, if you have a 4-card hand, I'd probably say this is the best possible hand against Controller.
I use Gaara's list to play on ladder, and the most disturbing thing is about the Power Mace and the Hellbolt combo.
He doesn't agree.
Okay.
Oh,
Given that he did draw the second Hex, he's going to use the first one for tempo, and see where that takes him. Sarah gets drawn.
Do you execute?
Yep, you do.
What if you get Sarah Awakens?
You're really good at the game.
this is a pretty good execute target.
All right, so Nightmare.
Nightmare, not really what you want to see.
Yeah, not quite Awakens. This is definitely a good Hex target.
Yep.
Reckful actually played this real well. Like he baited the Hex.
Yeah, he
and
did,
then he did it really well. Unfortunately for him, the second
Gaara
Hex
just
is
had
drawn.
the second one.
Yep. And he is getting slowly grinded out at this point.
Slam is fine.
There's actually a pretty reasonable play of actually putting the Nightmare on the 5/5 and just letting it hit you for 10 just to kill it. Like you can just use Nightmare as a removal spell in this in this spot. Like you have lots of health to play with.
Yeah, and I guess you don't have to now when you draw Dr. Boom.
Yeah, that seems like a good play. Ooh.
But that's a pretty good card as well.
Yeah, that's gonna enable all the small guys to trade up into that Dr. Boom.
Yeah, you can trade the Argus or the Totem, and then.
And in conjunction with the Fire Elemental, like it's like you put it next to the 2/2, and that goes to 4, puts the boom to 3 health, and then it's perfect Fire Elemental.
Yeah, and then you just put the Fire Elemental as far away from the Flame Tongue as possible.
But the thing is, that's both your cards in your hand, and if you get brawled, you have nothing left.
That is true. That is true.
Like that's definitely got to be. Although you do know Warrior actually only has 1 card in his hand.
Yeah.
I don't think he will play Fire Elemental.
I actually don't know what he's doing this turn.
He traded.
Okay.
I would have liked to save that card. But he just wants to save the Fire Alley, I guess, so he's just not playing it.
Yeah, he
Makes sense.
He wants something to reload after all.
Oh.
And Healing Totem getting value. And Flame Tongue definitely going to be a nuisance for Reckful.
So, I mean, you're shield slamming this.
Absolutely. And let the top deck war begin. Unfortunately, this Shield Maiden just dies to the Argus plus the Fire Elemental. So, Reckful's playing from behind here. Oh, Alec here's a sick one here. Yep, he's immediately going to play that. Yeah, that's
So Reckful really needs something to.
Doesn't even Totem playing.
No Totem.
Yeah, he's playing around Brawl.
Yeah, he's probably he's actually not going to do anything for the rest of the game. He's just going to hit him for 6 or 7 every single turn until Reckful deals with it. Oh, that's
pretty good top decks. Wow, you have a lot of small
Gaara's draws are insane.
He already used 2 Fire Tongue Totem, so he don't think there's any need to play Totem now.
No, there really isn't.
Just Gaara actually almost negates the damage on the board. He still takes a bit every turn, but like this turn he took 7 last turn and he heals for 6. It's like, yeah. There's a Doom Hammer too.
This Fire Elemental.
Oh my god.
Doesn't get much better value than now. But now he Reckful actually has a really good brawl if he can find it.
Yeah, absolutely. Gaara has sense weakness though. Like see how fast he's playing his turns. Yeah. He's just like, I want you to die.
I mean, he is gonna die pretty quickly.
Yeah, fireworks.
You can execute the Alec here.
Yeah, it does save you a lot of health over like the next few turns. How did you ever kill that Fire Elemental? I guess you still have to draw Brawl, right?
Yeah, you have definitely.
He's out of Shield Slams. That's his second execute, so he's actually out of removal at this point.
He has 1 Shield Slam left, right?
Does he? No, he used both.
Oh yeah, he killed the
Mana Tide and then he killed the Flame Tongue. So he killed 2 totems with Shield Slams. And
that's the worst draw, but he already
successfully drew very well in the previous turn, so it's okay. So he has 10-11 next turn, so he wants to add a bit of more pressure to the board.
Yeah, so
this actually set up lethal. 10, 11,
it's not
13,
quite,
15, yeah, it's 2 off actually. Oh, is that a big game hunter off the top?
It must be.
That's a nice top deck. He's
not that nice.
Yeah, it's not that good. I like saving the Fireworks here because the onboard trade of the big game hunter into it is actually like nice. So that forces Gaara to actually trade a Shredder to protect that. So saving the Fireworks is really a nice heads up play here.
Yeah.
Does Reckful have any bombs left in his deck? Like I guess he has an Alexstrasza or something like that left, right? Grommash. Like, yeah, there's definitely some big guys left. Ooh, that's 10, 14 damage.
Not very lethal.
Had he tempoed that out last turn, he would have won.
Tempo owl.
This is so awkward for Gaara, because if you just like go on this Smork life, the big game hunter gets to challenge the Shredder unless you roll Taunt Totem.
Nope.
Yeah.
I guess that's why you totem first before you do the play. If you get Taunt Totem, you don't have to attack with your weapon.
Yeah. You also don't want to put your opponent into 2, because then the Alexstrasza top deck actually just wins Reckful the game.
Yeah.
Wow, this is so conservative, and he's actually.
I actually think he has
more weapons.
More weapons.
Oh my god.
And he don't need the weapon to go through the taunt because he's got silence.
This is true. And
Shield block,
box.
pretty good.
Yep, 5 health and a different card.
Into a Acolyte. Looked like a 3 mana card.
Yeah, it is an Acolyte indeed. And
I guess that got silenced pretty quickly.
Oh.
Gaara is just so good at this game.
He hits,
Wow.
he hits 8 times.
I'm just like, why is he using the last charges of his Doomhammer? Because his next card, he
Yeah,
stopped
his
decking his Doomhammer. Jesus, that is a lot of Doomhammer to the face.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
Oh boy.
There's the brawl. It's not even good now.
Yeah, he slowly dealt with the board inefficiently.
It's
and
not
now this
even good.
Yeah.
He probably want to draw a card first.
Do you? What if you I think you want to brawl first and then kill Novice Engineer with the Acolyte.
I think he wants more card.
What are you looking for off the top?
What does he have left?
I think he has a sludge left.
A sludge?
Sludge wouldn't be bad right now.
Oh.
No, you're just taking more damage.
He's dead if he does this.
Wow,
Yeah.
so hurt.
And
If it's not anything, even a 1/1 kills him.
yeah, and
this is over.
that is exactly full for Gaara.
Whoa.
Never mind.
So many lethals.
Never mind.
And
Never mind.
I think the world's coming to an end. We just saw
Shaman
Shaman
4-0.
4-0. Wow. Yeah, I
Wow.
did not expect to be saying that right now.
So Gaara stays true to his name. Best Shaman.
Gaara, best Shaman indeed. That was actually really impressive.
That was insane.
I like the first games against aggro decks. Like he drew the Kazan on curve, and
Yeah.
against control where he just nails back-to-back Doomhammers.
Zombie
So
Shell
good.
in his opening hand.
Yeah,
Turn 2 Creeper into Coin 4 into Kazan.
the Kazan always come on time.
Yeah. That's why he plays it, right? Obviously.
Yeah. Just
Double
drop-
Doomhammer value.
They play a minion, you top the Kazan. They play a secret, you top the Kazan. That's how it works. It's karma.
What up, Gaara?
You can sit
Hello.
next to me, Gaara.
Feels good, man.
Did you expect that? 4-0 with Shaman?
No. Well, actually, I planned it, but I didn't
Ah,
expect
I
okay.
planned the 4-0 on Shaman.
it. Yeah, I tried.
So 2 Doomhammers, a Kazan. Are you playing like 35 cards in that deck?
No.
It's like all over the place.
No, yeah, you have to take it. I take my decks to beat everything. You know, like before I go into a tournament, I don't think about getting top 8 or top 4. I always plan to win the tournament. And I
Okay.
think my entire lineup can pretty much beat anything. So like if I lose with Shaman, my next deck can sweep. So this is like how I play it. I tried with Shaman and it worked out, so I don't have to play more. That's good.
Yeah, that looks
Nice.
That looked like that looked like the best deck in the whole tournament. Like 4-0 on it. That's
Yeah, I
incredible.
put like 100 hours into building it.
You put-
Shout out to Blackout who helped me like practice. I played like every day 14 hours to just make the best possible Shaman deck, and yeah, I think that is the best deck that I brought.
That's nice. I mean, it definitely worked out against Reckful. And do you know who you play next in the quarterfinals? Semifinals.
The winner between Frodan and Super GG.
Who would you rather?
Oh.
Who would you rather play?
Frodan?
You want to play against you want a Tempo Store member to go through, right?
I want one Tempo Storm member to be in the finals.
Yeah.
I can lose to Frodan. I don't care.
All right. I think we're gonna jump to.
But I think I played well, man.
You definitely
you did
played well.
play well.
I still
and you
got it in
drew
me.
Kazan on curve a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Two out of 4 games you drew the Kazan on
But
curve.
my deck is so good, like against Hunter. Like I have so many counters, like double Argus, heal bot, you know,
yeah.
like hexes for Hymens. I can draw so much.
Also, your Druid opponent doesn't have a play till turn 4. So that was well
was
played.
good.
That
Yeah,
was
that
really well played.
Either you get Druid things, like Dr. Boom is still strong. Like
Yeah,
even if
he
you play it on
top-decked
5,
Innovate.
Yep.
it's pretty strong. I have to like use 3 cards to kill Dr. Boom.
Yeah,
summon
absolutely.
almost all the time. So yeah,
Congratulations, man. How do you feel?
Thanks.
Does it feel good?
Yeah, I feel good.
You're ready for your semifinal? You're gonna
Yeah.
win the tournament?
I hope so.
Oh yeah, I believe in you.
It's cool because it's with Shaman, right?
Yeah.
Like if you for with Hunter or something, it's
Yeah, no one cares, but Shaman is nice.
so yeah. Gachigasm.
Gachigasm. All right, so I guess we're going to a small break while while Frodan and JJ gets ready to play their game. I mean, it's not going to be long. They're already getting ready, so.
Stay tuned. We'll be back.